What if I told you that just 10 minutes every morning could literally rewind the clock on your muscles? That you could stop muscle loss, not just slow it, but actually restore strength, stability, and energy with nothing more than your own body weight and a little daily effort. Sounds like magic, right? But it's not magic, it's science. And it's shocking. Studies show that after the age of 50, people can lose 1 to 2% of their muscle mass every year. That means by the time you're 70, you could have lost nearly 20 to 30% of your muscle without even realizing it. And that loss doesn't just make you weaker, it increases your risk of falls, frailty, insulin resistance, and even cognitive decline. Yes, weaker muscles can mean a weaker brain, but here's the good news. A few strategic movements, done daily, can actually reverse this process. Not just slow it, reverse it. In fact, researchers at McMaster University found that seniors who did short, targeted resistance training sessions 3 times a week saw a 174% increase in mitochondrial function, the very engines of our cells that power our muscles. That's not just impressive, that's transformation. And the most exciting part. The number one movement on our list today has been clinically shown to activate 80% of major muscle fibers in just one controlled motion, giving you a full body restoration effect with almost no risk. We'll reveal that at the very end, so stick around. It might just be the single most powerful movement you do all week. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with someone who cares about their health. This could change their life and yours. Let's count down the top 6 morning exercises that seniors can do in just 10 minutes to rebuild muscle fast. All science-backed, safe, and surprisingly simple. Number 6. Seated knee extensions. If you've ever stood up from a chair and felt like your legs weren't quite ready, then this one's for you. Seated knee extensions might sound easy, but they target a crucial muscle group, the quadriceps. These are the big muscles on the front of your thighs, and they're essential for walking, climbing stairs, and getting in and out of a chair or car. And they're often the first to weaken with age. This exercise works by engaging the quads in a controlled way while minimizing strain on the knees or back. All you do is sit upright in a firm chair, feet flat, back straight. Then you extend one leg out slowly until it's straight, hold it for a few seconds, and lower it back down. Repeat with the other leg. Simple? Yes, but here's why it matters. A study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that just 2 weeks of consistent quadriceps exercises increased lower limb strength by 21% in adults over 65. That's huge. That's enough to help someone go from needing assistance to being independent again. To get the most benefit, do 10 reps per leg, nice and slow. And here's the kicker. Try to tense the thigh at the top of each extension. That moment of muscle contraction wakes up more dormant fibers and helps promote hypertrophy, the scientific term for muscle growth. Pair this with deep nasal breathing as you lift, and you've just turned this into a powerful neuromuscular activation tool. Number 5. Arm circles with controlled resistance. You might be thinking, arm circles? That's child's play. But not the way we're about to do them. When done with slow control and a small amount of resistance, like light wrist weights or even 2 bottles of water, arm circles become a secret weapon for shoulder health, posture, and upper body strength. Start by standing or sitting upright. Hold your arms out to the sides like a T. Now rotate forward in small, tight circles for 30 seconds. Then pause, reverse the direction for another 30 seconds. But here's the key. Squeeze your shoulder blades gently together as you circle. This activates your scapular stabilizers, the underused muscles that prevent shoulder injuries and promote a strong, upright posture. Why does this matter for muscle restoration? Because the shoulders are a common site for sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, and poor shoulder strength leads to limited range of motion, pain, and even risk of falls. In fact, a 2021 study in the Journal of Aging Research found that seniors with weak shoulder muscles were 38% more likely to experience balance-related falls than those who maintained upper body conditioning. To maximize gains, do 2 rounds of 1-minute rotations, keeping the circles tight and arms fully extended. Over time, increase your resistance slightly, but never rush. Controlled tension builds muscle far more safely and effectively than flailing around. By the way, if you're enjoying this and want more science-based health tips that actually work, be sure to subscribe and share this video with someone who could use a boost. We put everything we've got into making content that really helps. Number 4, wall angels. This one is often overlooked, but it's a powerhouse for rebuilding strength in your upper back, shoulders, and posture chain, especially those postural stabilizers that hold you upright and pain-free. Stand with your back flat against a wall, feet about 6 inches away, knees slightly bent. Raise your arms like you're making a snow angel, elbows at shoulder height and the backs of your hands touching the wall. Now slowly slide your arms upward, keeping contact with the wall the entire time, then lower back to starting position. What makes this so powerful? It forces all the neglected postural muscles, rhomboids, traps, and rear deltoids, to engage and realign. These are the exact muscles that atrophy when we spend too much time sitting or hunched over, which is nearly unavoidable with age. According to a 2019 study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology, participants over 60 who performed this type of scapular-focused resistance exercise for just 6 weeks experienced a 30% improvement in shoulder flexibility and muscle endurance, and reported significantly reduced upper back pain. That's a game changer for anyone who struggles with getting through the day without aching shoulders or a sore neck. For best results, do 10 controlled reps, breathing out as you raise and in as you lower. And always focus on form. The magic happens when your arms stay glued to the wall. Don't rush this one. It's not a race, it's a reset. Number 3, standing march with arm swings. Now this one may surprise you. It's deceptively simple but deeply effective, especially when done with full intention. The standing march with arm swings is one of the best low-impact exercises to stimulate the entire neuromuscular system, improve coordination, increase circulation, and activate both upper and lower body muscle groups all at once. You start by standing tall, shoulders back, and core slightly engaged. Then you lift one knee up to about hip height while swinging the opposite arm forward. Then alternate, marching slowly and deliberately in place. Don't race through it. The secret is in the control. Lift your knees with purpose, swing your arms with energy, and keep your posture upright like you're walking tall into your best self. Why is this so important? Because it mimics the natural gait of walking, but intensifies it just enough to act like a resistance training session. According to a clinical trial published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, seniors who practiced 10 minutes of dynamic marching movements per day showed a 19% improvement in gait speed, a 12% increase in lower body strength, and here's the kicker, a 31% improvement in dual task coordination, which is your brain's ability to multitask while moving. That's crucial for preventing falls and cognitive decline. Want even more out of this? To try marching barefoot on a yoga mat. Why? Because this wakes up the nerve endings in your feet and improves balance, proprioception, and grounding. All essential elements for seniors looking to reconnect with their bodies. Number 2, the modified glute bridge. This one is a hidden gem, especially for seniors who struggle with lower back pain or weakness in the hips and legs. The glute bridge, done safely and correctly, is one of the most efficient ways to wake up the posterior chain, your glutes, hamstrings, spinal stabilizers, and even your deep core. Start by lying on your back on a mat or bed. Bend your knees so your feet are flat and about hip width apart. Your arms rest by your sides. Now press through your heels and slowly lift your hips off the ground, squeezing your glutes at the top. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower back down slowly. That's 1 rep. You're not pushing your hips to the sky. You're driving through your heels and activating the powerful muscles that literally hold you upright. Why does this matter? Because weak glutes and hips are directly tied to balance issues, poor posture, lower back strain, and even knee pain. In fact, a study in clinical interventions in aging showed that seniors who performed glute-focused exercises 4 times per week for just 8 weeks increased posterior chain strength by 27%, reduced back pain scores by 44%, and had far fewer balance-related incidents. To make this even more effective, Place a small roll towel or cushion between your knees and gently press inward as you lift. This activates the adductors, inner thighs, and stabilizers, creating a compound effect. And don't rush it. Slow tempo and controlled breathing are your best allies here. Another tip: do this first thing in the morning on your bed before you even get up. That makes it nearly impossible to forget, and it turns muscle restoration into a daily habit before your feet hit the floor. Number 1. Chair-assisted squats. This is it. The king of movements. The one that works nearly every major muscle group in your body, and does it in a way that's both safe and incredibly effective for seniors. It's called the chair-assisted squat, and if there's one exercise you should start doing today, it's this one. Not tomorrow, not later. Today. Now, before you panic at the word squat, don't worry. We're not talking about gym squats with heavy bars or anything that could risk injury. We're talking about a simple, slow, controlled sit and stand movement using a sturdy chair. Here's how it works. Stand in front of a chair with your feet about shoulder width apart. Slowly bend your knees and push your hips back like you're about to sit down. Tap the chair lightly with your glutes. Don't plop down. And then push through your heels to rise back up. That's it. Why is this so powerful? Because it mimics a movement you do every single day, standing up from a chair, and strengthens the exact muscles that make that possible. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and even your core all get fired up during this movement. And because you're working against gravity, your bones get stronger too. Now, let's get into the science. A major study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine followed over 3,000 adults aged 60 and older. It found that individuals who performed bodyweight squats or similar compound leg exercises at least 3 times a week had a 46% lower risk of functional disability and a 32% lower risk of all-cause mortality over a 10-year period. That's not a typo. Just doing this basic movement consistently was associated with longer life, greater independence, and stronger mobility. And here's something even more shocking. In another randomized trial out of the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, seniors who performed just 3 sets of chair squats per session for 6 weeks showed a 34% increase in lower limb power, a 27% improvement in balance time, and a 40% increase in stair climbing ability, all without lifting a single weight. So how do you get the most out of it? Start with just 5 repetitions, focusing on a slow descent, about 3 seconds down, and a strong push-up through your heels. As you get stronger, increase to 10 reps. You can even hold onto a countertop or use your arms for balance at the start. The key is control, never drop. Always rise with intention. Over time, your muscles will remember, strengthen, and rebuild. For extra benefit, try doing this near a mirror so you could check your form. Keep your knees aligned with your toes and never let them cave inward. And breathe, inhale as you go down, exhale on the way up. Each rep is a declaration that you are taking control of your strength again. This single movement does more for restoring strength, balance, and independence than any machine or supplement. It's you versus gravity, and every time you win, your body gets younger on the inside. And there you have it. 6 of the most powerful, science-backed movements any senior can do in just 10 minutes a day to restore lost muscle, boost function, and feel more alive. These aren't just exercises. They're tools for reclaiming your freedom, confidence, and vitality. Let's take a step back and reflect on why this matters. Muscle loss isn't just about weakness. It's about quality of life. It's about whether you can carry your groceries, get out of bed without help, or enjoy a walk with your grandkids. It's about dignity, strength, and independence. And for far too long, the fitness industry has made it seem like muscle restoration is only for athletes or gym rats or the young. But the truth is, your body is always ready to rebuild. You just need to give it the right signals. And the best signal of all is movement. Daily, deliberate movement that challenges your muscles just enough to remind them that they're still needed. The studies are clear. Consistency beats intensity. And these 6 movements, when done regularly, can help you reverse years of decline. They can help you regain muscle, prevent falls, strengthen your bones, and even sharpen your mind. But remember, don't just watch this and move on. Try it. Bookmark this video. Set a timer. Start with just one movement tomorrow morning, then build from there. 10 minutes, that's all it takes. And if you've made it this far, you're clearly serious about your health. So let's stay connected. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with someone you love. Someone who may have given up on their strength, but just needs a reminder that it's not too late. Your future self will thank you. Your body will thank you. And you'll be amazed at what just 10 minutes can do. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these 6 exercises are you most excited to try in your morning routine? Or do you have a favorite movement that's helped you regain strength or balance? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.